It's now 4:15. We'll call the meeting to order. Please join me with pledge allegiance to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Roll call. Rick Morgan. Here. Bob Freeman. Here. Frank Riley is here. In front of me, the minutes from the Selectmen's workshop dated Monday, August 22nd, 2016. I make a motion we approve them.
I'll second.
Any discussion? No. All in favor? Aye. I also have in front of me is the Selectmen's minutes from the Selectmen's meeting Monday, August 22nd. I make a motion we approve them.
Second.
Any discussion?
No.
All in favor?
Aye.
Highway Department work log. Anybody who would like a copy is welcome to it. Last Friday,
You want to save that for
we didn't sign it.
Peter? Okay.
You want to sign it tonight? That's what you wanted me to do. You're going to frame it, I think. Actually. You're going to put a seal on it, frame it. So you just want looking for a signature.
Yes.
Okay, that's what I thought. Last Friday, as most people know, Peter Waller retired. We had a retirement party for him. We didn't have our plaque in. We'll wait for that to come from the company, and also the letter that goes with the plaque. We're going to sign the letter tonight. Quickly, it just basically thanks Peter for his wonderful years of service from 1995 to 2016. We'll sign it tonight, and then Ellen can get the town of Ossipee seal on it and get it framed for him. So and then we're going to try to get him here to present it to him.
Correct.
So I'll make a motion we sign this tonight so it can be framed.
I'll second.
Any discussion?
No.
All in favor? Aye. I have a letter here from a taxpayer concerned because he's been trying desperately to get a missing road sign replaced for Long Sands Road. Brad. It appears he's been trying all summer. What's the status on us getting that put up?
We have the sign. We started putting the signs all up last week. They came in the end of the week before. We put up, I had about 24 to 26 signs come in, road signs that are missing and need to be replaced and updated. We started putting them up, and what we didn't realize that we only had a few of the brackets that go on top of the post that the sign mounts to. So we ran out of those about halfway through it. So those are on order right now.
What are we going to do to get it up? Do we have to take a sign down and take that bracket off so we can put a bracket on this one?
But if I can't get the brackets within a couple, this week here, I would consider doing that if you'd like.
Either that or swing into Wolfboro or borrow a bracket, because they've got plenty of them, and you got the horsepower.
Yeah, true, yeah. So we have that option.
But this has been going on, you know, as he says in here, all spring.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'd like to see this up if we can possibly do it by the end of the week.
Yeah. One way or another, we will have it up.
Would you have it up, please? And if you've got a sign that's out of the way somewheres, and you can take the bracket from that and put it on this one,
yep,
please do so we can get this behind us and out of the way. Like I said, the gentleman's not very happy about it, and I'm sure you know that because you met with him today.
I did, yep.
But I would like to see it completed.
While we're on that, do we only usually do the signs once a year?
I usually try and get enough together to make a decent order,
Okay.
which is what we did this year. I mean, we had quite a few that come down and disappeared over spring and early summer here, so.
Because I think one of the valid concerns that he points out is, especially for emergency purposes, you know, if there is no road sign at the end of a road, it could delay.
Yeah. No,
Probably wouldn't delay the fire department, but it might well delay the ambulance,
if there's new
who are
drivers
not necessarily completely familiar with the area.
Yep.
I guess my thoughts are that we should set a policy that they know, you know, that when they do come up missing, that we replace them in a shorter period of time. I mean, I get that we probably save money by ordering a batch of signs, but I don't know that that can necessarily be the consideration.
I don't think there's any difference in price on the numbers at all. You can call them in, you're buying them from the prison.
Yep.
You can call that order in for one, they'll FedEx it right up to you. At least they always did for me when I ordered them from down there. They ordered, didn't matter if it was 1 or 10 or how many I ordered.
So there isn't an advantage then to saving up?
Not really. Not that I'm aware of.
No, it was probably more so the got put in the back burner with everything else going on, and just more convenience to put a larger order together. So it was Well, we did, but we'll change that policy and have a,
Do you have some signs that are taken more regularly than others?
oh yeah, certain names.
Those you might want to get some spares and stock with, because I know sometimes there's certain names that
Patriots Way is
you
one.
can't keep them. You can't keep them up.
Yeah.
In fact, we even,
for years.
we even greased all of our Allen screws and everything to try to keep signs from being walking away. Winnipesaukee Estates,
Yep.
gone within 2 days, we guarantee it. So if you've got some that are gone all the time, you might want to have a spare around. And find a way to somehow see if they can't make them so they can't vandalize them.
Yep.
I have a check here from Costello, from the dump, $2,568.84. It doesn't really say what it was that.
That was for a load of cardboard.
Loud load of cardboard,
Yep.
okay. It doesn't clearly say that on here, but that's good, recycling. I have another one here from Planet Aid. They do still have some boxes with us. They weren't gonna leave them there because we wouldn't sign a contract, but I see the boxes are still there. We did get a check for $156.90. I assume that's the ones over to the
Right.
transfer station as well. Another check, Northeast Recovery. This one was for scrap metal. A check for $207.54. So we are recycling, and I think it's great that we recycle just as much as we can possibly recycle. I have a notice of intent to cut wood and timber. It's on tax map 231, lot 01, Chickville Road. Make a motion, we sign it.
Second.
Any discussion?
Is this the one that the cut was already done?
They're in the process of being done right now. I think he was told to submit this. You were telling me, Ellen, you thought Bob had been out on this?
If that happens in the future, it'd be nice to have a note from our timber monitor, maybe saying what was going on with it. That's another discussion here.
Yeah.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
A memo here from Public Works Director, reference truck lift for the garage. You received 2 quotes on the rotary lift system. After speaking with other garages, the system comes highly recommended and will fulfill our needs. You got a quote from Automotive Garage Tools Incorporated, and you got another one from Snell Auto Parts. You sent a third one out and didn't get it back, Brad?
Well, no, these are the only ones around the area here that sold that rotary lift system there at all. They're kind of, regional there, where they're allowed to be sold by rotary. They set up certain garages or places that are allowed to sell them. So,
Well, Automotive Garage Tools LLC was $45,053.86. Snell Auto Parts was $46,197.73. You recommend going with the rotary lift for the lower price of $45,053.86. This does come out of the money we appropriated for the garage.
right, yeah. Another little further explanation, I don't know if you saw in that the rotary lift from the main, window main there,
Automotive Garage.
automotive garages, also included all the attachments to it, which Snell's didn't. Snell's was just the 4 lift columns themselves. And if you look at the quote of theirs was $35,000 for that section of it. So we're gaining all of the attachments that we want to, and still coming in under the price from Snell's.
Make a motion, we go with Automotive Garage Tools Incorporated for the lift for the Public Works Garage.
I'll second.
Any discussion?
The only question I had is, you going forward with buying the big jack stands as well?
Yes, that's part of the accessory for that.
So the large stands will
45,000.
be there, so that those will be used as part and parcel of lift?
Yep.
That's all I
All those in favor?
have.
Aye.
And then I have the purchase order for Automotive Garage Tools for that particular list, same price, $45,053.86. Make a motion, we approve it.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Last week, we got our bids in. Actually, we only got 1 bid in. 2 companies didn't bother to send a bid in for the double yellow lines. You only got the 1 in from Industrial Traffic Lines.
Right.
We approved it for $9,100. We have a purchase order in front of us this week. I make a motion that we approve it.
Second.
Any discussion?
No.
All in favor?
Aye.
The letter here to the trustee of trust funds from the Board of Selectmen to reimburse us for benefits paid to people who retired this year. Make a motion, we sign it.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, I got ahead of myself this week. This is the vouchers. I got buried deeper and I left them down there, I guess. We have the vouchers for the weekend in 8/27 of 16. Gross wages of $44,328.66. Payroll taxes of $15,197.50 for a total of $59,526.16. The batch total for bills is $133,297.83, which means the total voucher this week to be $192,823.99. The three biggest items on that $133,000 is the three precincts, which is a little over $30,000 each. So, make a motion, we sign them.
Second.
Any discussion?
No.
All in favor? Aye. I think you got them all, Bob. Just double check. Another purchase order here from Public Works Director is for a new refrigerator and microwave for the highway garage. Barron Appliances here in town for $648. I make a motion we approve it.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
You did this one, didn't you? Thank you. I've had job description here for a truck driver laborer, which is being posted. This has been rewritten, so we need a vote to accept this job description. And make a motion, we accept the job description for truck driver laborer for the highway department.
Second.
Any discussion?
No.
All in favor? Aye. Ellen, it's done. There will be an ad going out in the paper advertising the job. Truck driver, town of Ossipee, will be accepting applications. This is kind of an interesting piece of email, and we have some pictures that came with it. Came in from a resident, and it's one that does get me to chuckle. This is from a lady. It says, "Thank you for responding on 8/17/16. Galen Beasley and I came across a large turtle on Lovett Road. We pulled over and moved her out of the road. Fortunately, two gentlemen from the highway department happened by and moved the turtle out of harm's way. As I said, they went over and above the duties of the snapping turtle. She was not very happy with their assistance, but it does show one of our highway workers actually picking the turtle up and carrying it out of the road. This is a big turtle too, but fortunately it didn't get snapped by it, but we really appreciate what everybody does, and there are some huge turtles in this area. I mean, sometimes you see them on the road and they're big. So we're going to thank you down to the highway. Ellen will send us down, and Brad, you can take it down either way. I have the minutes here from the State of New Hampshire Executive Council, from Executive Councilor Kenny. Anybody who would like a copy of it, it does explain where the state is spending all its money throughout the state. Anybody who wants to read through it, you're welcome to a copy. You can read through it. With that being said, I assume the boat ramp is still going to close September 6th, last word we had, and it will be closed permanently to all traffic. Greatly appreciate all the help from everybody and a lot of our continued effort to try to keep it open for our summer traffic and for all the visitors within our area. That's it on the red folder. Old business, highway garage edition, public service, no. Eversource, I guess is the proper name now.
Yeah, I was on the phone with them today and last week. almost like dealing with DOT down there sometimes, to tell you the truth. It's repetition of information to get to them so they could process the work order up there. I've given it to them twice now, gave it to them a third time today, so they could give it to the work crew to come down, so they could schedule in, you know, to come down and do it. Don't know what's happening up there, why they can't get it through the system or not, but the person today I spoke to guaranteed me that, because I gave it to her and she put it in writing and in emails within their system up there themselves, so now there's going to be a written trail anyway, instead of just leaving all this information on voicemails. So I'm hoping to hear within a day or two that they have that scheduled in and will give us that date, hopefully this week or the first of next week at the latest. So.
Stay on them. I mean,
Yeah.
will it help any to drive to Chicago and do a tap dance on somebody's forehead in the office up there or something like that? I mean,
You gotta go up the ladder. I mean, if you're not,
It's gonna happen.
you gotta go up, you gotta start asking for supervisors and supervisors, because that's ridiculous.
Yep, it is.
we're
You
sitting,
gotta rattle that cage.
we're sitting down there with so many things ready to happen, and we need power to make them happen.
Right, yeah.
So,
So we're at that point now, that's what we're holding up on, is powering up the system, so.
well, do your best to stay right on them. I don't care if you call them 3 times, 4 times, 5 times a day. Make them be aware that we are waiting.
Frank, I don't mind putting in the form of a motion for you to go ahead and call up there.
I don't care. No.
Call them, and you just, somebody needs to raise a little hell with them. That's stupid.
All right, got a motion that I call public service, or Eversource
Second.
actually. Second it, all in favor?
Aye.
I'll call them up there. You got a number for them?
Yep. I'll get you
Is that the Chicago office? or
Chicago
you call
office.
someone else?
No, I'll call right to the Chicago office.
Okay. What time they open in the morning, do you know?
I'm not sure, I would assume by 7, so.
Good. Temporary outdoor ordinance, we did make our final correction on it today. Ellen will have that in print for tomorrow, ready for distribution to anybody who wishes to look at it. We are setting up for another public hearing September the 12th, 5:30 p.m. here in the gymnasium. Any other old business?
No.
Any other old business? New business, I already announced the job opening for the truck driver labor. Any new business? Any new business? No. Open to public input. Any public input? Yes?
So just for my own knowledge, back at town meeting, that garage came up, $400 and some odd thousand to do the work. The bids that you were talking about today, did that go out recently for the garage, or did you know that prior?
Those are all part of the figure.
Yeah.
They're included in what was approved. They did go out beforehand.
They went out beforehand and then you're executing them now?
Correct.
Gotcha.
Yep, and they're all part of what was approved at town meeting. In fact, right now, I believe the entire garage is actually under budget. Right, Brad?
Yep.
That's what you've been telling us. Correct. Any other public input? If not, I have a request to go into non-public, RSA 91, A:32 for A personnel issue, tax issue 2, Ellen?
We still haven't heard back. She was tied up when I went in there, so we'll double check.
Just double check on that one, because last week we had it down to go into one and we weren't needed.
I'll give you another little bit of comedic information I found out today too, if you'd like. On the bridge up there at, on Valley Road, permit we've been, it's due in any time now from DES. Talked to Jim Ryan today about it. He said they got back to him last week wanting more information on 2 things. One was that they had a hit in that area there for a long-eared brown bat in the area there, and also some kind of a flower up there. So they have to get their person that did all their environmental impact part of that to put a response to those requests that DES put in for that. So
Good.
it's another one of these
Thank
We
you.
need to send a
crazy
lawnmower.
things that.
So I'll back up. We need to go into non-public only for RSA 91, A:32, a personnel issue. And as soon as we resolve it, we'll be right back. Rick Morgan?
Yes.
Frank?
Yes.
Frank Bradley, yes.
I didn't know that.
Turn that on again.
Make a motion to return to public meeting.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. We did have one personnel issue we discussed. We did seal the minutes. And as we stated before we left, we did not have a tax matter to deal with. Any more public input? Ash?
So there was discussion with Brad and myself over the last few months regarding the water line that goes through my property across the mill pond. And I guess just learned that they're gonna go kind of around so they don't have to worry about tearing apart my yard, which is great. But prior to all of those discussions, I had come in here asking about the erosion of my property losing about 8 feet. And it coincided well with their project because they were going to be already down there. I'd like to ask the town if there's any way that we can repair the erosion that I've had in losing about 8 feet to the erosion of that pond.
Brad, do you have an answer to that? I don't know what it is.
I really don't, because it's, I mean, it's happened over a period of years. I don't know when it, you know, it was noticeable for the last 13 years, or it started well before you bought it?
I mean, I just know from the day I bought it, there used to be a willow tree, and I used to be able to sit on that, and 8 feet out, I mean, is where it was.
What caused the erosion, you know?
The up and down of that pond. You know, over the years, when I first moved there, they were working on spraying concrete and all sorts of stuff back there behind that pond, and it was up and down for about 3 summers after that. And then, you know, you get the rains, you get everything, and it just erodes it. Now, I've lost a considerable amount. You used to be able to walk on my land and actually go to the edge of the underneath part of that bridge. You could almost walk in and under that. And now it's probably 8 feet and you can't go near it. I have rocks that are out there in the water that used to be up on the top of my bank.
Part of my approach was when we were originally talking to Ash about moving the water line, I mean, replacing the water line down over his bank and out through there. It was going to be an opportune time to do the work there at the time there and stuff. And my thought at the time was to offer to do some of, you know, a little bit of improvement on the property there too, at the same time for permission to being able to dig up through and run a water line down through his property there. We came up with the idea last week of bypassing that line completely, coming off in a different area there, so that the entire line will be on town property now and not have to go across any private property. We're going to do the tap off of the side of Patty Acre Road, just as you drop off of Moultonville Road, drop it down and go under the bridge with the underwater, you know, piece of the pipe goes through the pond, as opposed to just drop it down off Ash's land and going into the pond there. So,
Is that a good way to do that, Brad, though? Because every time something goes wrong with the pipe, you gotta drain that pond.
yeah, this,
Believe me, it's the best
it's
way.
the best way for where the way the water line runs, because to tap into the other water line now that comes up Moultonville Road actually swings out around the bridge and goes underneath the pond where on the side of the dam is. We don't know how deep it is there. It's down under the ground, under the water. So even to try and tap into it up by where the intersection is there, the pipes have to be probably going to be down 12, 14 feet. Be next to impossible, or next to impossible. It's going to be a huge expense to try and get down to do a tap there and run it up the road. Plus we have sewer lines right there. We have 2 different sewer lines, a gravity feed and a pressure line on that intersection of Ossipee Mountain and Moultonville.
To answer Ash's question, Ash, I'd have to know what was involved. I'm speaking as one person at the moment. What would have to be involved to do what he's asking for? And number 2, is it something caused by the town or something caused by Mother Nature?
My opinion is it's pretty much, you know, Mother Nature, because the water flowing down through there is all from Mother Nature. Granted, the town has in the past, you know, lowered the dam on occasion there. I think since I've been here, we've done it twice. I know we had to do it to put the new gate in it to be able to regulate it. And one other time to do a repair on a crack in there, because you have to drain it down to obviously do the crack
But
repairs.
does that cause him heartache when you drain it?
I don't think it's a huge impact on it myself, my personal opinion. I think if a shoreline has been maintained probably the way they should with the large rocks and stuff there, it should protect the shoreline, so.
I guess my question is maybe it should, but does it? That's the question I have. Do we need to look at it and see if it's something we create when we open the dam, then I have an issue.
I'd say no, it's not solely that. I think that probably is part of it, I think this person has a small part
But
of it.
and then let's back up one more time, because we're gonna be opening this dam in the future as well. Do we
Yep.
need to do something so when we do open the dam, that we don't create problems? Those are my
Yeah, I don't think there's anything you can do there really, Frank, because it's, I mean, when you open the dam, you drain it down, the water also flows away from the area there. It turns into basically a little riverbed down through there, it's, I don't know,
that's
6,
the
7
center.
feet wide,
Yeah.
going through the center there. So you're not having, you know, a flow coming along there that's actually eroding the shoreline there. And then when we close it up, it'll slowly build back up, so same thing again there, it's not getting a large flow, we're not creating
Ashes,
flow
another-
there.
yeah, another question.
Yeah, I think that one thing that needs to be addressed is, it's easy to say, well, it's Mother Nature, but 2 sides of that pond are controlled by man. And I've been there long enough to know that we get a hard rain, people are slow on releasing it, that water comes up to, it doesn't come to my house, but it comes flush with the top of my lawn. I've had it surveyed. When I first bought the house, I was told I needed flood insurance, and I had to explain the physics behind water can't go higher than a dam. But we were able to prove through Jim Rhymes that I am in fact above that dam and didn't require that insurance. But that over the years, that water comes up, it doesn't take much rain, and it's right up flush with my land. And if we're in control of it, if people are in control of those ends, then you do have an effect to that erosion, because it goes up and it goes down, it goes up and it goes down, and it's in control of that, or it's by control of that dam.
I don't have an answer, I honestly don't.
So I have to probably look into a little bit more.
So you can look into it deeper, see if it's something we're creating. I'm more interested in the fact if we open the dam, we're causing a problem, then that's another issue.
And I don't believe that's causing it.
Well, we could look into it. Okay.
The river that flows through is not 7 or 8 feet. It's about 20 to 25 feet wide, if you were to take a look at it. When I bought that house, I rented a 30-yard dumpster to clean that pond out, and I filled the whole dumpster up. And I've walked down there, it's not 7 or 8 feet wide. I know the river you're talking about, it does swale right around my property, but it's definitely wider than that. I mean, it's essentially as wide as the bridge over there.
Well, let's look at it. Let Brad look at it and get with Ash. Talk with him when you do look at it, so you both can objectively look at it. He can point out his side, you can point out our side. So we'll get back to us on it.
Yep.
Okay. Any other public input? No, I'll make a motion to adjourn. All those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.